of our expecting families, we have pre- and post-birth sound healing sessions with Huna Kahiwaha, available in person in Vancouver or anywhere online. Go to www.harmonizedfamilyroots.earth. Go beyond the distorted codes of the draconian matrix and get a Lemurian oracle reading with Huna Kahasahi. For more information or to book your oracle reading, go to www.flc.earth. Introducing Mexico's only harmonic egg, operated by Hunas Maroyata and Ma'aikuta. For all of your health support needs, be it physical or emotional, sessions are available now both in Playa del Carmen and online. To book your session, head to www.apapachar.earth.
And hello there, sweet, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello to Instagram. This is really cool.
Yes, welcome Instagram. The Grams of Instant debut today for the first time with the House of Huna and Huna Flash TV.
Yes.
Wow, everybody, wow. I'm trying to type on that, and it's typing backwards. In Instagram. Yeah, it's giving me the reverse.
So are you on the other side of creation?
I just might be. And I think maybe I should type from right to left.
Maybe.
Where do we begin here? We've got so many visitors here today. Incredible numbers are rising. 5x5, I trust. Everything is 5x5.
By the looks of it.
Audio is 5x5. Instagram's 5x5. Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. Greetings to all of you, sweet, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. Let's check it out, see who's here at least on the stream, who's in the stream here. Wow. Greetings, Tracy and Malo Timothy. Chalofa Timothy. Yeah. Myra. I just learned your name last week there.
Yeah.
Myra. Thanks for coming back. Leanna, Kelly, Huna Tawaho. Welcome, Richard. Good to see you, matey. Mahariwa Ata, Wawa. And who else we got over here on the Grams of Instant up here? We've got Lumi Healing, Aloha Tato, Slobodanka. Is that Russian? Slobodanka, Danka. Well, that's German, isn't it? Danka. No, Danka. Vibrational Chemist, Rebecca, Jane Nunson, Loosely, Lukey Lulu, Pid. Loosely, welcome. Tomas, remember, Luis, I am King Ododo. Just some cute ones here. Welcome to you, dear sweet ones, on the Grams of Instant. Kia ora, Bella, to those and you, everyone there in the land of the long white dragon, I would say. And apparently, what we saw on the weather channel from the other night, we just experienced how they do the weather in New Zealand with there was some kind of long white cloud that came down from the long white cloud. Looked more like a long white cock came down from the long white cloud.
That's why they call it the land of the long white dragon.
You got to go to the Grams of Instant and check that one out. So there's a long white cock coming out of the long white cloud in New Zealand during the weather portion of the news. That was crazy. Anyway, I'm sure that went around a few times. Conception Benson, welcome. Lacey Blue, Tor Lindbergh, Huna Mahariwa, Hirimata, Huna Hirimata, Chandani, Ora, Ola, Ora, Kiora, Ola, Ora, Tracy, and Tanya, and Didim. Who's Didim? Didim. That Didim. There's some cute names around here. Over there on the Grams of Instant, Luz Lee, E. Bailey, Catalina, Mintaka-san, Dinero Tiempo, Just hurry up with that money. Is that right? Dinero Tiempo. Johnny Weiser over here, Kathleen Scully, an amazing showing. Sweet dear ones, thank you so much. Debuting all across the world, including the Grams of Instant. Anyway, what is our theme today? What we were talking about, we've listed 17. I wonder if you understand what that is. If you've been seeing it a lot lately, it will be for you what it is for you, I'm sure. 17, in my understanding and in my work, and confirmed in the work I do, is Stargate number 17, which is located at 13,000 feet above sea level at Lake Titicaca. Okay. So it kept popping up, 17. And the host of that Stargate, the continental host of that Stargate, is the Hummingbird, of which we refer to as the tiny voice from heaven. Tiny voice from heaven.
But is it tiny?
That's not so tiny. A tiny voice from heaven that is not so tiny. And we pegged that just because we were resetting resetting the frequency and the activations of that Stargate a few years ago now to confirm that it is Stargate number 17, which is responsible for bringing in intel concerning the energy of Q. And many of you must know what Q is. If you don't know what Q is, it's an intelligence agency for the U.S., the military, Army intelligence, I believe, but became so much broader and became Q. It is not QAnon, it is Q, which is military intelligence and was created back in the 50s and stands today. And it was put together by JFK before he was knocked off. So White Hats organization. So 1717, the tiny voice from heaven has been speaking, been sharing information, intel, just crazy intel. If you've been paying attention to what's been going on in the world, right? You have a few pieces there, don't you, Tamaki? We've been just inundated with lots of little bits of intel coming through. Like the banks falling apart. How's that one? Apparently all the banks in San Francisco are closed. They are closed. All the big banks and maybe the small banks are closed in San Francisco. That is unbelievable. A major city in the United States that has no banks, no retail banks. You understand me? Now, intelligence-wise and intel-wise, that would tell us there's some skullduggery going on here, or is there a turnaround happening, or is it both, or is it because of the nonsense? So we are again following in our behavior to be duplicitous to crush the deep state, and so this is a kind of open forum today, and you go ahead and get some questions going, get some questions organized. So you know how we do it here. You got a question, you got to come into the stream and ask your question. Huna Tahisa. Michaela's here, who's you're in Phoenix now, Michaela. Tahisa. Huna Tahisa, all the way from Kauai back to now in Phoenix, Arizona. And you were just with the purple hummingbird. Fantastic. So yes, and Ko ka tariho, Rebecca there from the seat. Kia ora, kia ora. Ehud from over there in Israel. Glad to have you back here, Ehud, and that you are safe from harm over there in Israel. Israel. Okay. The eternal light of God, or the eternal light, Israel in the Lemurian. Okay. Enough of me messing around. You know, I have a wonderful guest today. Somebody who has been just instrumental in supporting the House of Huna over these years by participating in our events, including the dragon rides in the castles in Spain, and also Burning Mask, our first Burning Mask in Cozumel on the island of the Goddess. She's been around and up and down and around the world doing all kinds of fabulous things, hailing from New York City, and she became Huna. I suppose it's been 2 years, I would say, almost. Yeah, about 2 years. Huna Waritusa, also known as the Wannabe journalist from the Fake News Network channel. Let's bring her on in here, please. Why don't you turn on your camera there, Huna? Fantastic. Hello. In great New York fashion with the baseball cap on and earbuds in your ears. That's the New York way, isn't it? Not.
Yeah, it's my uniform.
You're at home.
I also have something really fun on, since you guys know I've been playing around with different backgrounds for the show and just kind of having a blast with that on my, and I thought today I'm a little bit of a back. See this?
Love it.
Yeah, I got that about 3 years ago. A bunch of them. George and I got them just at the height of the scamdemic. And we got these and did this little thing because David Mareka, we did it for him. We did it for him. He asked me if I would go around the city and do something and film it that would show what's going on in Manhattan. So George and I got we got a bunch of friends together. We got these t-shirts and we went all over the city with signs and everything, trying to explain to people, you are not obligated to wear these face diapers in the subways. You are not obligated to wear them outside like you're doing. You have rights. This is ridiculous. And we had a blast. And that was the first time I was out and about, just making a difference in a big way. And that's what this t-shirt represents to me.
I mean, that's real journalist activism right there, is it not? Activism, being duplicitous and that behavior. And I love the shirt. Can you show the shirt again? That's true Fake News Network truth right there. The media is the virus. They are the fake news network. And that's what, you're all about, exposing the Fake News Network, right? Why don't you fill us in on a little bit about that if we can? And we'll get into some crazy stuff here.
Well, the best ideas in the world, as you know, and as I learned from being in Mexico with you both a month ago, you are sitting around constantly dreaming, creating from that source place within you, right? That's why every day I was hearing listen, I don't know if you put this out there already or not, but these what is it with the stuffed animal motus? What are you calling them? I mean, I'm dying. Hagamotu. I mean, and what would you say? You said, we're going to make these life-sized Hagamotu you can get of your own motu, and you can hug yourself all night and wake up feeling fantastic.
You can hug your own birth sign all night long. Stay in bed all day if you want to.
And it feeds you. So, it's like being with you guys. It's like one day it's like, we're going to do these stuffed animals. Oh, I need to do them. And then boom, then the idea came. So when we were together, the same thing was happening for me. I got caught up in your, like a happy tornado of creation. And I watched you two. It's amazing. And we were just goofing around. How many meals did we have? You guys, I gained like 5 pounds on that trip. I cannot eat that much. constant with you guys, the eating and the food and the talking, and I love it all. And I'm gonna measure myself a little bit more next time. but
No,
but no, I just, everything's tight right now, the clothes.
just don't
But
measure
I'll
me, okay?
I don't mean literal measuring. I mean measuring like how much, not literally, but just keeping it in measure is what I mean. So I remember in the beginning of the trip, this is really a promise you leading to the fake news network. We were
Oh,
kind of
geez.
joking. We were joking around and we're like, oh, wouldn't it be so funny if we did something about the news? And then you said that, I think, Huna. And then I said, oh, yeah, what a blast. I mean, I always have wanted to be a wannabe journalist. In my mind, I'm a wannabe. And then you're like, let's do a show. And that's how it started. And it's like just this, and then all the help I've gotten from Tama K about making the logo. And it's just this collaborative, joyful effort for bucking with the deep state.
That's exactly, your show, Fake News Network, is to reveal just how fake the news has been. So in these coming months, you're going to bring forward, and you probably already have a lot of material kicking in the background there somewhere. And there's all kinds of what do you call retractions. There's all kinds of retractions that CNN and all the networks have done where they've had to retract the things that they put their big foot into, right?
Yeah.
And they put their foot in their big mouth. And just I would like to see a retraction show, just bringing out all the. So when they try to pull back on something, just pull it back forward again, Let's just hear it and see more. Because it was really that whole trying to pull back on stuff and, making excuses. There's so much of it.
Yeah.
There was so much of making excuses that were coming out over these past couple of 3 or 4, 5 years. There's got to be a lot of material. I'm looking forward to this channel of creating. It's duplicitous. Even they were duplicitous. They are duplicitous, but also we're being duplicitous in our behavior to bring forward and reveal even more of this. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. A lot of creativity.
Yeah, and it's going to have a lot of legs because this idea of yours is one leg I hadn't even thought about, right? So right now, the direction I'm going and have been going, that's, you know how I am. I start off one way, slow, steady, and once it's solid, I can branch out and do more. And that's how. So when we were together over the course of that week and this idea came, oh, by the way, in September, a friend of mine told me, she's like, you need to get a channel. And I said, no, I don't. I said, I can't come up with content, that pressure every week for content and guests. I mean, it wouldn't even be fun to be forced. And then, so I just poo-pooed. I said, no, I'm not doing that. And then with you guys, when we talked about this concept and it started to turn into something, remember how every time we were talking, I would grab out my trusty notebook and I would be like, I'm going to write, I've got an idea every time. So the list of guests already I started writing. I don't know if you can see that. It's getting blurry because I don't have a real green screen. But the bottom line is this is so what I'm supposed to be doing and so perfectly in line with what needs to happen right now, not just for me, but for our community, that the idea is I have over 30 people listed as guests right now. And the direction is they're everyday people, just citizens of planet Earth. And I can't wait to talk to them because each one of them has been doing wonderful things in their everyday life to buck with the deep state. And if the goal, so right now, that's the line I'm on. The direction is getting these people, hey, what do you do? What have you been doing? What woke you up? And then maybe people in your audience who are watching even right now, if they're not doing things or they're more open to do things, they can get ideas from the show. From other fellow citizens who are awake.
Exactly.
Inspire each other.
Some people, we could witness through your show in many other ways that we had been, but to witness this awakening and that people have been awake. There has been a large percentage of people who are awake, even though you have these celebrity YouTubers and all these people on the channels going, we need to wake up. We need to wake everybody up. But you know what? I just want to reveal that there has been a lot of people that have been awake. But I think being reserved as well, being reserved readily from not wanting to be attacked, because they see all of us getting attacked constantly. But this is going to be great. It's going to reveal a lot what behind the scenes with the regular. I like what you say, citizens of Earth, planet Earth. I like that.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I mean, come on, I got a guy, a friend of mine from Germany, in Germany, who's been fighting tooth and nail to wake people up over the scamdemic. I want to hear from him. I bet people would love hearing from him about what he's been doing, how he got through it on the front lines from Germany, by the way. And I can't wait to feature all of these everyday people who are called racist, these white everyday people with the most beautiful hearts that are maligned in the media and labeled as something unfairly. And I'm going to show you. I mean, that's what I grew up in the middle of Michigan. That's all I was surrounded by was white people that with blonde hair and blue eyes. And I just don't understand this, what's going on in the media. It doesn't resonate with me. And I'm going to bring all those people and have them talk to you and show you what I love about them so much.
Fantastic. So you think that you just might be, more than one show per week? You think you might have a couple of slots out of the week, or could this be a early morning, every morning thing, early morning or after work deal, or end of the
You're
day
talking about
thing?
lives. Okay, can I tell you?
Well, I mean, you could do both. You could have one that's set up, pre-recorded, and one that's live.
I could. You know what is? I'm going to start with the recording. I'm going to start with the recordings and just get it right. Maybe learn how to do the editing a little bit. Everyone's going to kind of go on this journey with me, and it'll get more and more elaborate as we progress. Maybe it will come to lives. We'll see. I don't see why not. But I want to just get into my comfort zone because I'm really just pretending.
I mean,
I have no formal training.
I'm so into live, so that's just my deal. Yeah. But also, I think that it's gonna. Yeah, I think you can. The recording thing is great because I'm looking forward to seeing just all across the planet how far you go around the planet, and which countries people are going to come from.
India. I know people awake in India.
Where's all my Punjabi ninjas? Are they in the house?
I'm from the north.
Ninjas.
Do you on the list maybe that watched the lives? Any Indians?
There have been, there's Indiana. But there have been, but also in the YouTube, a lot of comments coming in from some from India as well. Not so much here in the live, but occasionally.
Yeah.
But looking forward to that. What are the big issues? What are the big issues for you today, Ritu? What's going on with aside from the network? I mean, what's the big issue for you today? I went to a dead silence right there.
Well, I'm being a little contemplative about it because I have a great life. Like I really do. I don't want for anything. I really count my blessings every day. And I'm not even just saying that. Like, yeah, I'm a human being and I have my ups and downs. But so if something that's got my attention these days, other than this show, gosh, I wish I would have had time to think about that before.
Oh, no worries. I got you on the spot, but don't. Yeah.
I have an idea, something that's very important to me. Watching these children, how sick. See, I am around a lot of children and watching how sick they all are. And it's just winter and it's flu season and they are being over-vaxxed to death. Okay. The ear infections, the sore throats, the, constant. And my kid's fine, they're vaxxed. No. I see what I'm going through that's heartbreaking is looking around and seeing the sickness that's being instilled constantly in these children from the vaxes. And where I live in New York State, before the first drop of mother's milk, these children are pumped with vaccines they don't need, like hepatitis C. Like they're going to be, this newborn infant within the next days is going to be having promiscuous sex and using heroin needles. Like, why are they, before the first drop of mother's milk? These are the things you want to know. What I'm always looking like, and this is where I do my little warrior work. If I see a mother alone with a baby, I don't even care anymore. I'll walk up quietly and say, listen, I hope you're watching out what happens the side effects after each of these vaxes. Be careful, look into it. I go and I talk to everybody now, and I don't care who yells at me because this bothers me everywhere I look. Yes. So is that the kind of answer you were looking for? Something that's going
that's
on?
a big deal. That's a big deal right now. Someone replying in here, SE from Holland, kids with lung infections.
Constant. Yeah.
Triple, double, triple, more than usual, and also the elderly too as well.
Yeah, but I'm not even just talking about the COVID vax. I'm talking about in New York State right now. It's like they cannot get to 18 years of age and be in the school system without having over 70 vaccines, and the state is taking each of those vaccines and breaking them into 3 mRNA. So now they're going to get 3 mRNAs that count as those one. They're going to get over 200. These are the things that I just, this bothers me on a big level. If we're going to talk about something that's my passion. Yeah.
So this can really make you upset, right? So this really holds us into our behavior to be duplicitous.
Yeah.
And, really causing, although we do seek our higher self to be somewhat level-headed, but this is really because we're talking about, the birth rate has dropped all around the world, especially in the United States and Europe. They're not having babies. Mostly the ones that are having babies, thank goodness, are the brownskins. Excuse me. A lot of brownskins continue having babies. Africa continues to have babies. But okay, so they couldn't slow us down from having babies. So they just started to jab the crap out of everybody, right? It just and not even when the baby's even when the baby's in the womb, they're jabbing the mother to jab the baby in the womb.
Yes,
this is
are.
like, and you know what? I always said, and I'm pretty sure they were doing that when they I think it's fake that they needed to induce the baby or induce a birth. I think that's fake, especially the traditional way. You'd never had to induce a birth. Baby was coming, boom, baby's coming. They knew it. Never had to induce unless somebody was in such pain, but or physically challenged. But so even if they're saying, okay, we're going to induce the baby, what are they really sticking in that needle? What are they really putting in that needle to induce the birth, right? We don't know. They just say, we're going to induce the birth. What do they normally do with that? What do they put water in there? What do they put lemonade in there? Honey. What are they putting in there to induce it? We don't know. And I think they've been doing, and I think that's also partly why we had a lot of autism is because of that.
There's not even a doubt. There's no question. That's a common sense even answer that only makes sense that it's from the vaccines, because I saw this study recently that in the Amish community, they have 0 cases of autism because they have 0 vaccines.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So they have this, they have the natural, well, I can't tell you exactly why they're not being attacked, right? Because they're just not being attacked, right? The Amish community, they're not being attacked like everybody else is being attacked, unless they have been recently, right? Because they've still been having pretty good birth rates, pretty good. You haven't heard about them so much getting the vax, have you? No,
I know there was a big problem though during the scamdemic of trying to get their community force vaxxed. I think they fought against it in a big way. Yeah.
Right.
But this all, I'm realizing what this goes back to, what we're talking about. You said, what's my issue? And I'm telling you, it's what's being done to children. And I remember something you said last month when we were together. And you know how I write everything down. I follow you around like you speak, and then I write it down so I can ponder it and think about it later. You said, and let me tell you,
I trust it was poetic.
Well, I find it to be very poetic, and I found it very, very deep, as I also find you.
Yeah.
And you said, okay, so we're trying to expose the darkness and fight against the darkness. I don't want to say fight against, but we're trying to bring light to show what the darkness has been doing, right? That's with FNN. That's what my little role is going to be in this piece of the puzzle in our community. And now we say what the heart of my issue is protecting children, right? And then you said the foundation of the dark ones, what it is that they really are doing, what the ultimate goal, the root of it all, is to control the light essence of the child. That's the eternal spark, and they are trying to destroy it. If they can get a hold of it, they will destroy it. And to me, doesn't that tie into what I'm saying?
This is the most important issue and matter at hand, and has been for millions and eons, is the light of the child throughout all galaxies and universes, innerverses and outerverses. That is the most important. You get a hold of the child of the light, and you have source power, the ultimate source power to bring forth all powers of birthing. And now it's not just children. When I talk about it, this child of light, it's also planets, it's also trees, it's also the grass, it's also humans, it's also non-humans, it's all beings, right? So when you have control of the child of light on that scale, you have control of birth, you have control of creation like that, through that. Wanting to be God, or if you want to use the word God, I wouldn't use the word God. I always say the eternal, the infinite one, which is the light of the child. That to me is God and Goddess. Before there's feminine and masculine, there is the light of the child, which is the most eternal, has no gender. Okay, but it's pure source energy. They want that. They want to try to destroy that, and which is kind of a dichotomy for them, because they will endeavor to destroy themselves. That's the trick to that. But so if they cannot destroy that, they're going to abuse it, right? They're
And
going to
and and
abuse.
I didn't hear you say this, but tell me if you missed this piece or you intentionally left it out. There is the light of the child in grown adults such as ourselves. We have the light of the child. And if someone is
I'm the
doing
biggest child on the planet. Hello, absolutely.
yeah, and don't forget, you as adults out there need to have your own spiritual boundaries and be strong, because if you are a light in this world, darkness is trying to snuff that out as well. Don't forget, as adults and grown human beings, we also need to be cognizant of our energy in our field.
We can get up and all over this subject, and we should. We should. Let's dig it in some more, okay? I will dig this in, dig it deep for a second here, and it probably might hurt some
Okay.
ears. So just hold on to your ears if you don't want to hear what I'm about to, what I'm going to say here. It is about the child of light.
Yeah.
Take a look at what's going on in Palestine right now. It is about the child. It's about the children. It's about the lineage, and it's about birth and rebirth, or birth. However, it is about the depopulation. And the depopulation means that wiping out the children, and then and the ability for the mothers to not have children means depopulation. Okay, control. So there's a big, huge flow of currency happening here. Big, huge flow of energy going from one direction to the other. I won't say battle. I will say this flow of energy going back and forth is about shutting down the child. Now, who are they destroying in Palestine? What's Israel doing now? I mean, we're past October 7th already. That's way done a month ago, 2 months ago, whatever. October 7th's done. There's a whole new issue now. They revealed themselves as to just want to plain outright destroy the children of Palestine. And that's what they're up to. But they know the population of Palestine. They know that it's over 50% children in Palestine. They know that the age, the age rate over there is 20s and to teenage and younger. So when they talk about going to get Hamas, no, they're there to knock out the children, and they have done that. They've done what 18,000 now, which more than 50% are children and women, and the mothers and the children. That's the big thing. Watch the news. They've been talking about it. Watch what Israel says. They says you killed our babies. Hamas killed our babies. They beheaded our babies. Nobody's seen any photos. Nobody's seen any evidence. There's a lot of fake shit going on, right? But everybody's upset. And so what do? They go and attack all the babies and the mothers in Gaza.
Yeah, now, nobody's talking about how Israel's the one that let all those terrorists across their border in the first place. Israel doesn't let a cat cross the border, a bird cross the border.
We can get into that. There's a whole lot of false flags going on here. Yeah. There's a false flags going on here, and blaming who's to blame Palestine, blame Hamas for starting it, when we have been hearing about rumors and intel that Israel, some of the Mossad agents are also in Hamas. They are also in Hamas.
Of course.
Okay, they infiltrated Hamas, and they do this so that they can have this war. They were running out of money too, by the way. Now they got a lot more money, right? Now they got money out of the Ukraine coming to Israel. Why? The same person, the same people, the same ones are getting the money, even from the Ukraine. What a lot of crap. Yeah, exactly. The archons. Yes, that's right. Bunch of grapes. The archon codes. That's what this is about. The dark. Now, let's get back to the child, right? Because I can get really crazy over this stuff. Now, I hope you don't mind. Okay. But I think that this depopulation program is slowing down for sure. Absolutely, it's slowing down. But we just don't like some of these things that take place, right? You know, when they wag the dog. You ever watch a movie called Wag the Dog? Right? And Charlie, what's his name? Charlie something, I forget his name. Well, Wag the Dog, perfect show. Exactly what they do. And now using vaccines on the children, but also the adults it's just catching up to them, right? They're becoming sterile. They're having heart attacks, the adults, the mothers, yeah. Am I pissed?
There's a show.
Yeah. Huh?
There's something I've come across recently in the past 2 months on Amazon. Amazon. It's an Amazon movie. It's for free if you have Prime, and it's called Utopia. And it's a 6-part series that was filmed in 2019 and taken off the air after the first season in 2020 because it was all about the reason for the vaccines, which is depopulation. And it showed how the deep state, just kills people left and right who come up with things. I mean, it's fascinating. Of course, I think the agenda was more to get people to agree with it because it's about population control. They're trying to scare people with climate change and overpopulation. But it hit a little too close to home, and it's still available, you guys. It's called Utopia. John Cusack is in it, and it's on Amazon for free if you have Prime. If you're already paying the deep state for Prime, just go ahead and watch the show that exposes them some more. Utopia.
I think that you focusing on your shows, certainly the children would be a big one, and sharing the false flags and just putting the pieces out there to show the audience. But also, I'd like you to share the repopulation program.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna write this down on my trusty notebook.
Yeah, there's a repopulation program.
Okay.
I see here. Mzani Soundworks, yes. In your opinion, yes, the light of the children being born is what scares the dark. Exactly. Now, what is the agenda for the children being born? We call it the repopulation program. Because as much as they want to have a depopulation program, we have been working on the repopulation program. What does that mean? What does it mean? What does that look like? How does Huna? What does Huna do? Go around making a bunch of babies?
Well, that's secret. We don't get to know that, but it could be true.
Dragon babies, yeah. Dragon babies. I got trillions of dragon babies, I'll have you know. But also at the fractal level. but also the intention of some of the work we do at the Stargates and in the ceremonies that we do. Okay, this is we pay close attention to supporting the beings of the highest self and the souls who are lining up and ready to come in. We have messaging in our ceremony. We have confirmation. We are connected to the universe this way and to the souls. And so we started a process. It's actually a dress rehearsal to help 22 billion souls enter into the system without interference. Okay, because this in the past has been a lot of interference. There's a timeline coming, and there's a moment coming for the planet, which is roughly in 40 years from now. We'll give you a little bit more on that later. That is supporting the repopulation of the planet. Of course, other souls are coming in intermittently, but in terms of this particular intention, which is a massive amount of energy, source energy, light energy from the child of light, source beings of the aligned frequencies, highest dimension frequencies aligned together coming in. There is a moment for that's going to be taking place, which is going to be almost like a big bang. It's like another big bang. Of course, we have the big bang every time a child's born. That's the big bang, because that's the universe. That's what I call the big bang, when the spark of light brings forth life. That's the big bang. Right now, with this particular 22 billion, the agenda of the 22 billion that we work on, that the House of Huna works with and has been promoting and talking about for a number of years now, right, is the repopulation program.
Are they coming already? Are they trickling in already, or it's a big bang of 22,000?
There are levels of souls and higher levels of souls trickling in, but mostly people that are awakening to support and be guardianship of this particular event, this particular event that's going to take place in roughly 40 years, maybe a little less than 40 years now. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we worked on the Stargates to make sure that the frequencies are reset to receive the 22 billion souls at the highest frequencies. They cannot enter into low frequency Stargates and into distorted light crystals. The crystals all have to be shined up. The Stargates have to be reset to frequencies. Old Orion and Syrian Stargates are being shut down. So if you love your Syrian Stargate and you're still all about war, you're not going to be able to use them. Those are going to be junked out. They already have been. A bunch of them have. You can argue with me if you like. I don't mind the argument. And so, including the Lyran Gates, and all of the Star Nation beings have agreed to this. Star Nations have agreed to this. Okay. The vibration has to be high to accept, to be able to get access through the Stargates at that level, because they are reserved for the light of the child. This is the mission of the House of Huna as a guardian of those levels of Stargates, but also, supporting information and knowledge and wisdom to be transferred to the people today. This is part of the work that we do on the ground, with all of the Lemurian birth charts that we share, the Lemurian oracle that is being shared, the House of Huna, and all of the information that's coming through there, and all the codes, and all the Hunas going out and doing the work. I can only speak to the House of Huna. We all know about, all the other forms of information that's being shared. I'm just talking about us right now, because I've not heard of a repopulation program from anybody. Okay? Not anybody. That's because
except Hasidic Jews I see everywhere with 500 kids apiece, and the Mormons. They're busy in their own world repopulating.
Yeah. Oh, sure. The children, there's a certain light coded DNA and activated strands, 24 strands to 48 strand DNA of the light of the child is a 48 strand DNA, 48 dimensional strands. Okay. Now I know that is not on the planet right now. Much as you love your child and you're sure it's a king or a queen, but 48 strand DNA child is not on the planet at this time. But this is what my point is. Higher vibration is going to be, the system is the Motu grid. It's called the Motu grid. It is of Lemuria 5, Lemuria, the new Lemuria, not the age of Aquarius, new Lemuria, okay? Because the coding is from before confusion, right? The codes are before confusion. It's absolutely a thing. And so the House of Huna supports this. Now, if we can get that on the channel and keep talking about these things like this, depopulation program and the repopulation program. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Big ass.
Yeah, down with the United Nations and their depopulation agenda. My grandfather worked for the United Nations, and they just brainwash you from the start. I think in the 60s he was working with the United Nations up until the 80s. And he was constantly going on and on. The planet's overpopulated. The planet's overpopulated. I mean, he got it right that's the UN mission. Tell people that. And by the way, I asked my mother when I started to wake up and understand the darkness of the United Nations, by the way, I asked my mother, I would say 3 or 4 years ago, I said, what did Nana, he worked for the UN, that was it's a very dark organization. My mom said, oh yes. She said, he told me quietly one time, listen, very bad things are happening here. I'm seeing very, very, very bad things. He said, but I can't tell you because they'll kill me and they'll kill you. And that was it. And, so I didn't, and I don't know why I just told you that. It just came to me. I'm just blabbering now. But yeah,
Well,
the
no.
depopulation.
Yeah, the agenda, what are we at now? Agenda 2030, is it?
Yeah.
Agenda 2030. Yeah, but we're going to have them by the balls before that.
Yeah, I'm not worried. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you, like, if anybody here, sweet dear ones, have a question, come on in, ask a question, bring your face on the stream. This is how we do it here. This is live and interactive. And if you have questions, I see there's a lot of beautiful, incredible comments, a lot of concern. Formulate a question and come on and introduce yourself. We'd love to meet you. I see some names, some new names. Sebastian, that's a new name. What do I suggest best for dealing with resistance in the body from evolving energies? I have a whole set of Lemurian tools, Sebastian, and they are very powerful. I cannot suggest them right here because they won't make sense to you. You need knowledge and wisdom and training with them. You need to be tutored with them. It's not just a matter of, I can just be consciousness with it and it's done. No, there's some capacity here. There is, there are tools here. I would suggest to learn who you are. Right. Number one, that's the number one. What do you suggest for dealing with resistance? Learn who you really are, Sebastian. Yeah, it's that's the place to start. Do you really know who you are? And if you say yes, then put it into practice. But if you don't know how to put it into practice, okay, there's things that we can support with to help you put it into practice. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Has its moments. Yeah, there's a link. There's all kinds of links on our pages there, Sebastian. And so this goes for anybody, learn who you are. I mean, you talk about who you are. Okay, now put it into practice. Let's see it. Come on, let's go together and do a thing. And I'm going to take you to the access to hell, and let's go and do a thing. You want to do a thing? I'll take you to the door which goes to the underworld, and we'll do a thing. Are you ready for that? Learn who you are, know who you are. Okay, that's just the best way to start on this. If you need help, we're happy to help. That's what the House of Huna is all about.
And I want to say that this man, Huna Flash, who's saying this, what I love most, like a lot of things that lead me to be inspired by you and come to you for the wisdom I do, is you walk the walk. You're not asking somebody to learn who they are and you having not done it yourself. You've done it. Not only that, but you have a command of your emotions in a way I see very rarely. Like just I see that with you, Tamake. I'm getting to know you better and better. But this world, the the House of Huna can help people with self-mastery, which is the key to everything. When you're calm, when you're in your power, in your center, connected to the universal flow, you've gotten all the, the draconian codes, you're getting them out, you're bringing in the Lemurian ones that really then get your true essence again. That's the beauty to me of the House of Huna, and having a fearless leader such as yourself, because I've been around you long enough now to know that you're walking the walk. You're not just blah, 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 blabbering, follow me, follow the House of Huna. No, this is a leader with what's the word? Not just moxie, but a leader with not authenticity, which you have, moxie, authenticity. What's that word when someone is true? There's a word that's escaping me. It's just a basic everyday word that's escaping me now. But you're
authentic.
Authentic. He's not
Genuine.
Truthful, genuine. And you're walking the walk. Let's leave it at that.
I can say all the words for me.
Say them for you. But it's not like you don't tell us to change in any way. This isn't a cult. You're not saying, here's what you believe, and here's how it is, and this is what you people need to do. You're like, who are you? What is your light? What is your essence? What can you bring to the world to help make it better so that we can have this mission of bringing Lemuria back sooner? What is it that your piece is in this beautiful puzzle of ours? How do you fit in? Come join us. That's how I look at the House of Huna. I'm really beginning to understand what's going on here. And I love it and advocate for it heavily.
Thank you for that astounding support there, Huna Wari Tusa. And we have footage, we have documentation, the places that we go to. And we've got a whole year coming up with a whole new set of sets of Stargates. We've got the Dark Tunnel mission coming up, which is entitled, and I've lovingly titled this, The Two-Headed Snake, The 1,000 Points of Light, and the Underworld Pyramids of the Azores. Okay, so just right there, you should have an understanding of where that location is, because I just said it. All right, but if you feel that, okay, you love yourself and you've forgiven yourself, okay, now you got through all of that. Now what are you going to do? If you're forgiving yourself and you love yourself, now what are you going to do? Is there nothing to do? Fine. If there's nothing to do, chill out, get in the canoe, put your feet up, and read a newspaper. If there is something that you feel you can do, then come on, come with us. I'll take you to the access door of the underworld, and we're going to go in and we're going to work our magic and work our light in there and stand in a very powerful way and say some things and do some things that are in a very powerful, light way of our tools from Lemuria, from before confusion. The tools from before confusion. Hello. Right?
Yeah, but the thing is, you're luring people in by saying this, but what they don't know is you're going to hold them true to what their essence is.
I will kick your ass.
Yeah,
I will kick your ass.
Yeah,
Why
you
won't?
will.
Well, you're going to go up a mountain. You're going to go through some rivers. You're going to go. It's going to be hot. It's going to be cold. Well, you might kick your own. You kick my ass. Then great. We
That's
just got to
a physical challenge. I'm talking even about before someone gets to the mission, they want to be a part of the House of Huna and they sign up for it. You're not just gonna treat them with kid gloves all the time. You're gonna hold people to what their essence is and supposed to be.
You think you're not going to cry? You think you know how to hold fear away, hold fear out? You think you can hold your light? I'm going to test it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to you that's what I do and just test people. That's not what I do. But I'm going to test it. It's going to get tested. You're going to challenge yourself.
Even beforehand, before the mission, and then you get really tested on the mission, is my guess. I haven't been on one though, but I will.
Yeah,
soon.
You do. You will get tested on the mission. I know that from experience.
The only one that's going to defeat you in there is you. You say you love yourself and you're forgiving yourself. That's going to get tested big time. Okay. The focus is to focus beyond the self and to focus to those that are there with you that you are responsible for. And if you come with me, you are responsible for everybody on the team, as am I. Not only the ones on the team, but all those souls and the light beings and the dark ones that you are giving service to beyond yourself. You are responsible for them. You don't get out of it just like, oh, I'm gonna walk away from this. Go ahead, see what happens if you just walk away and half kind of do things and half-ass do things. You cannot half-ass do a Stargate or a portal like that. No way. It'll follow you around. You don't know how to close it up. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys are, I know you guys, I can see here by the lineages that are on this call, all these lineages of the ancient trail. And I know many of you have been followed around by dark beings and all kinds of stuff, and all of your shadows. Well, you're going to carry someone else's shadow now, not just your own. And you're going to bring it to the light. All right. Yeah. Now see who loves each other. Okay. We'll see who loves each other. We'll see who's forgiven themselves. Like it's easy to say. And today we are at that point, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloved. We are at that point. Yes, accountability and responsibility to each other. It's not free will, willy-nilly, free willy-nilly. Okay? It's accountability and responsibility to one another. And I'll tell you what, it's more than just a hike up a mountain. It's such an incredible journey. You will love it. You will love it. You will remember things. So much will come there for you. The gifts are abundant. The gifts are abundant.
Some things.
Hey, this is my mission of what I walk. This is what I have walked this for over 30 years. And I love this work. It's not work, just it's joy. And it is as I should be. And it is as I should be for me, because this is what I was brought, what I came here to the planet to do, to this moment, right? Everybody has their thing, right? So I think we go like, okay, we've got all of these things we can do. We promote them all the time. So you're going to hear about it, sweet dear ones. But I'm looking forward. If somebody's got a question, please come and ask a question directly. Let's see your face. In fact, let's practice now. Bring your face on the screen. All right. If you love yourself and you forgive yourself, allow yourself to come on and speak to us face to face. Come on.
Come
And
to
I
say
would
hi.
love, yeah, come and say hi. But also, if out there you've heard, if you have anything you are willing to share that you have been doing, and you're going to keep hearing me say this with FNN, but I want to know what you have been doing and are doing to buck with the deep state. What are people around you in wherever it is that you live on this planet? What have you seen happening that gives you hope that more people are awake than you've ever imagined? That's something I would love to hear. So that's not necessarily a question. Maybe you're just going to share with us. And I'd be very interested.
Exactly. Conversation, comment, question. Doesn't have to be just a question.
Okay, so quick sidebar. We're at an hour. For those of you on Instagram, it might cut out. It's just an Instagram thing. So if you want to keep watching, come over to our YouTube on House of Huna. Just in case we disappear, we're not leaving you guys.
Yeah.
Do we want to take a break to maybe look at the Fake News Network thing and maybe do our other Huna promos? I don't know if the audio is going to work, but we'll try. I'll play it right off of Rumble.
Yeah, let's shift over and then check that out.
This was a labor of love, everybody. We're almost there. Let's see what you think.
Look at that. Wannabe journalist.
Hey, I know that person. Oh no. Well, if anybody can bring the audio here, it's Tama K. She can do it. She'll figure it out.
It's something weird with StreamYard.
Okay, let's turn my camera off so you can.
Would you like me to turn mine off too?
No, it has nothing to do with the camera. Okay. And we lost your audio, Mota.
Still showing on the grams of instant.
Okay.
Well, okay, you want to run it again? Try to run it again and
The audio is not going to work.
Oh, Huna's coming in. Is that Huna? Is that you, Huna, coming in? Elise, or is this another Elise? A different Elise.
Hi.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute when we saw you last time, isn't it?
This woman. Look how happy she is.
Welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for remembering me as I remember myself. And I hold myself accountable. And just thank you. I don't know if you guys can see the river behind me.
Is that the Mississippi?
What'd you say?
Is that the Mississippi behind you?
Oh wow! I'm gonna have to step closer to my house. I stepped out so that I could hear you guys, and it's now starting to break up. The wind is blowing, and like I don't even know where to begin, but I feel like you already know, and especially because the first thing Huna said was, "It's been a long time since we've seen you."
Yeah, I remember.
And I guess I'm just thankful because I'm so happy that I am seeing myself again.
Thank you, Elise, and thank you for the water behind you.
The water, there's coconut trees, they're big, gigantic. I'm in Ecuador currently.
Oh, you're in Ecuador? Let's have a big party. I'm gonna have a party right here.
Yes, I'm in Ecuador. Oh my goodness, how do you know? I'm like 2 blocks from the beach and in the little city that I'm in. It's the weekend right now. Like a lot of tourists come, and they're not necessarily from out of the country, but just people, visitors from other parts that come down when they have time off of work and bring their families out. So that I feel like the vibration is always really this area here, not just here. Before I was here at this area, I was on a small island or a isla, and it's about 15, 20, about 30 minutes from here. And there would be these vibrational times where I'd be speaking to my children in the house about a thing. And next thing you know, the neighbors are coming and they are speaking the things that we're speaking in my house as if they were spoken on loudspeaker. So the spirit, the portal level here is just it is otherworldly for me, and it's comforting, exciting, and vibrating at the same time. I've been told that in this body life that I was born in Los Angeles, right? I consider myself a world baby. I'm an Army brat, and
the area that you're in,
I never really fit in anywhere.
The area that you're in the equator is it is what we refer to sometimes from the shaman ha, which means the winds from the north, that they connect into the equator. It's referred to on this side as Turuma, which means the golden ribbon. And that where you are, that golden ribbon goes around the planet. That's why you connect. And that's
Oh
why I'm
my,
here, because I connect to it as well from here. It's a lot
because I
closer.
was
Yeah, you're right on.
called here.
Yeah, we call it the golden ribbon.
Yes, because I was totally called here. Now, many people are like, how did you end up in Ecuador? And because literally before I moved here, I had no memory of
Yeah.
this place. But the moment that I landed here, my spirit was like, how long have you been gone? How long were you here? And it has been a constant discovering since then, and just a total breaking down of what you said, of just like the test of how much I love myself. Do I forgive myself? And this year in February, my firstborn son transitioned out of this bodyguard into another world, which caught me really off guard. And it has just been really like a process, because I feel him so strongly, but then the ways that we've been taught have thought about grief, they're not as.
You are in the right place, Elise. I want to thank you for coming on so we can get others on here to talk, okay? I remember you from the last time you came here, which is like 2 months
Thank
ago.
you.
So I want to thank you for that, and just get someone else to have a chance to ask a question or make a brief story, okay, sharing. Thanks, Elise. Much love to you. Wawa.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Much love to everybody. Thank you.
My turn.
Not to be rude, sweet dear ones. Let's continue rolling along here. I know, Andrea, you came in on the next line. Nice to meet you, Andrea. You have a question or sharing something to share?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Okay, good. I've actually been on the show before. I'm trying to get a hold of Honey C, but watch this. Because remember when I told you I was chipped? And people now can figure this out by a speakerphone. See this amp? I'm going to hold it up to my RFID chip that they put in my arm.
Okay.
Can your arms do that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
So it's actually picking up
the
sound. And I also have a machine that's like about $350, and it comes up on the chip. So now that they have this, people check to see if they've chipped you up.
Oh, I'm not chipped. I can tell you that.
I know you're not. You're actually helping me.
Thank you, though.
Spiritually, you have.
So just stick your finger in a socket and blow that out. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously?
No, not seriously. But
there's a lot of people that are chipped and they don't know it.
Run a magnetic coil around it and then charge it, heat it. Maybe it'll blow up.
Say that again?
Run a magnetic charge around it. Wrap it up with magnetics. Like, because you got that speaker, that's a transducer, which has a magnet in it. So it's electromagnetics. That's why it's getting picked up. Right? So I would say somehow reverse that charge and send it into you.
Well, a magnet makes it stop hurting until it goes back on.
There you go. Confusing.
So walk around with magnets?
Walk around with some magnetic tape on your arm, and that'll shut them up.
Okay.
Yeah, magnetic tape. You can get tape that's like magnetic now. Just wrap some tape around that. That'll mess them up. That's incredible. You shouldn't you probably didn't let him do it, but quite interesting that you have it in you. Did you go to Sweden or something?
What?
Did you go to Sweden? Did you visit Sweden?
No, not at all. Actually, it was in 2010, I went to go see have a colonoscopy done, and the building was really weird, and felt weird, and it was like an office just set up, and I walked in, and it was like books and stuff, but the room that they did the procedure in was okay, and they said, well, we just moved in here, and so this is why it looks like this. Well, when I left, actually I didn't leave the facility. My son found me outside in fetal position underneath a tree, like away from the whole building. So no one wheeled me out, no one checked me out. I was actually thrown out. It was bizarre.
Wow.
And then after that, I'm in the legal field, and I couldn't even react. Like, I didn't do anything about it. Didn't understand it till way later.
Nuts. So you went in for a colonoscopy and you come out with an RF and you're all chipped up.
Yep.
Well, you were thrown out with a chip in you.
And
Damn.
I feel but it's Syrian, so they want my DNA.
Yeah,
So
sure. Of course.
You remember when I did the Lord's Prayer on your show?
I can't remember.
In Assyrian?
No, I can't remember. I can't remember when you were on the show.
I do remember a little bit.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I said the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. The Aramaic.
Please pray for us over here in Sac. Please. We have a swamp. It's just horrible here.
Yeah, you really are. There needs to be things done with you physically.
What?
You need to be worked on by us.
I know, so bad.
This is great that you're here sharing with us, and I thank you. But things need to be done. You're either going to come here and visit me, or if you're along the stream of where we're going, come and visit us. Somehow you need to start doing something physical about it.
Here's the phone. We're getting all static now. I don't want to screw
Yeah. Right. Well, thanks, Andrea. I recommend you try to physically meet some of the Hunas so they can run some protocols on you. Okay. I'm really losing you now. What is that?
Well, every time I email you, I don't get any response. Someone's keeping me from you.
I don't know that I've seen your email come in, Andrea. We're watching our emails very closely. It might be an old email, but anyway, give you another email.
Okay.
Just there's the email. There's the email right there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, but it's time for you to actually come and visit one of the Hunas. There might be some Hunas close to you. They are trained in the techniques of Lemuria.
Okay. I need that so bad.
Thanks a lot, Andrea. Yeah, we understand it.
Bless all of you. Thank you so much.
That was a wonderful demonstration. Don't forget, get that magnetic tape and just wrap it around that sucker.
How about paying somebody to cut it out?
Yeah, get a knife.
I'd get that thing out ASAP. Yeah, even if I cut it out myself. Just
a syringe.
Yeah. I wouldn't want that in me.
Like on the movies, get a box cutter.
Yeah, sterilize it first. Tweezers too.
Now, all joking aside,
out,
Andrea, just joking. But yeah, we've got to do something about it. You need to show up here somehow or meet up with one of the Hunas, okay? Wow, that's getting out of hand now.
Yeah.
That noise, really crackly. It's like crispy. All right. Hey, hua.
Pinakwe.
Hey.
Pinakwe.
Kapai. Ngamihi. How are you? Behekwe.
Oh, yeah. Kate the point. I don't have a question. I just wanted to jump on here and just give a mihi to you for all the, all your work you're doing behind the scenes. And during these times. Actually, I do have a question.
Nice.
Over here, you talk about Stargates. I'm in Aotearoa, New Zealand right now. Where's the spot over here?
Okay, so there are portals in the Long White Dragon, but the Stargates are not there. The Stargates are not far from the canoe, though. The 4 Stargates that are in play right now, that are on that are set to the higher frequencies, or will be set to the higher frequencies, because we have the location for them, are mostly around Australia, and that's the Kopunui, which is in Kangaroo Island. One of them is in Kangaroo Island, and just across the way from the canoe, So, well, maybe across the way from, Ikanui. I think it's across from the big fish. So Kangaroo Island is the one there. That's now, but there is a continuum portal in Aoraki. Okay, and then they refer to it as the 4 pillars of creation. Now the Ascended Masters have spoken about that's one. Actually, it was probably like, I don't know, 8 years ago now, 6 years ago, that it was intel was shared that they were using the masters, being Yeshua, Buddha, and all these entities, these high level beings, were coming through that portal in Aoraki to do work on the planet, coming through specifically through the Waka.
Yeah, wow.
They were coming through the long white canoe, right? The long white dragon, the canoe of Maui. They were coming through there. I need to check. I don't really want to zoom into it. I haven't bothered. But I think they might have shut that down now, they themselves, or they only use it at certain times.
There was a light pot in your room, sweetheart. Sorry, and I don't
And so that needs to be visited when I come home.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's one of the things that I have to do when I come home, is go to the pillars, the 4 pillars of creation. It is called up there in Aoraki. For sweet dear ones, I'm talking about a mountain range in New Zealand, which is the Southern Alps. The Maori refer to this range of mountains as Aoraki, which means the backbone of New Zealand, but really it's the backbone of the canoe, because the South Island of New Zealand is a canoe. It's a starship. Doesn't register as a continent. It's registered as the energies and vibrations of the starships. Canoes, quite literally starship, and it has portals through there. Okay. Yes. And so we gotta hook that one up, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're in the Dragon Masters course on the House of Huna, it has the location of all 48 Stargates. We have the map for all 48 Stargates, and the numbers are all the numbers are not fully complete because they're new numbers. They're not the same old numbers as the Stargates were numbered for the last thousands and thousands of years. There's a new set of numbers now, right? And they only get the number once you've reset the frequency. So even though Tibet is number 19, it won't be 19 anymore. But actually, that's one being closed down. It's now, what is the Gobi, Tamaki? 20, 21, 21.
Gobi is 21.
Yeah. Tibet's Stargate system is now in the Gobi Desert. It's been shifted. When we reset the frequency, there's now Stargate number 21. It used to be 19. Okay. So there are things to know here, but you have to have knowledge to go to do the work at these places. And so, good question. There are 4 Stargates in Australia. Somebody is asking, and I'm sure you would love to visit them, but don't muck around at these Stargates. They're not for mucking around at. That's why they're being reset with the frequencies. You can't just go there and willy-nilly muck around with them. Okay, but we do have the location for them. And if you are willing to go and see them, I'm going to advise you to come with us, right? Because that's our guardianship. Doesn't mean we're going to tell you what to do and how to do things, but you're just not going to do them there any old willy-nilly way. Okay. You're going to be tested. Everybody who goes to the Stargates with me gets tested got to go through initiation levels and knowledge and learn and know the knowledge and the wisdom of the things before you even go there. You don't just say, I'll just go to a Stargate and have a party. I don't think so. Right. But anyway, it's available. Yeah. And looking forward to working with you.
Yes, for sure.
Do you have any question for anybody here, for the wannabe journalist, maybe? You're going to be working with her too. She's actually the wannabe journalist is also going to be our communications director for the House of Huna.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
looking forward to meeting you in person. What I do want to say, everybody, is unfortunately I have to get going now.
Okay.
Heading out, and people waiting for me. What a pleasure. I loved this. And maybe I'm sure Tamake is so with it that she's going to put the link for the Rumble show, the FNN promo, for anybody to see who wants to see it. It's 46 seconds.
It's
And
already in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing and posting interviews soon, and join and grow with me and give ideas for how it can be better and more interesting. The goal is just to motivate everybody, motivate people out there to do something. That's it. So thank you for having me, and thank you for helping support just getting this idea together. And I'm excited about where we're going with FNN and what I'll be doing with the House of Huna moving forward. I'm excited.
Thanks, Huna. Love seeing you. Thank you very much. Look forward to it.
Bye.
See you later. We got one more question here. One more guest. You got a new Huna in the house.
Or a Huna to be, I think.
Oh, that's right.
You're
We've got
muted,
your
love.
date set up.
Wawa.
Wawa Afia.
Yes. My appointment is on the 28th for my seal.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, after the first of the year, I'm going to sign up for the class because I need to get to Mexico.
Thank you very much for your commitment, because somebody was asking is that the initiation? Yes, Tamir, the initiation is the seal, and lovely Afia here will be taking her initiation through the seal.
Mm-hmm. I was curious. I have a couple of questions in regard when you go through the process of the seal. How does it affect or benefit the physical body? Because I have a couple of physical change.
Okay. So I'm just gonna invite you to the testimonial page on the website.
Mm-hmm. I've seen them. I've seen the videos.
So there was one person who had cancer.
Okay.
Had cancer.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so it's totally done.
Right.
Now there was a combination of things, but the seal was also something that is very much in her heart. And so because her heart was engaged, the physicality of the body would align to that, what was in her heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is that? The seal does align to your physicality through the energy, the vibration, the frequency. If there's more immediate, more intense damage, or if there's any intense damage, then you really need to come and visit and do a session, or meet up with the Hunas to do a session, utilizing the tools that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So after the seal will certainly help flash your system, bring more light into your system, expand your voltage and increase your voltage. The seal increases your voltage, which increases your light and your capacity to hold it. And it's a very important part. If anything else, that's a very important part for your physicality,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been dealing with hypertension for a while, and I'm just exhausted dealing with it. you know, with the
Sure.
medications and things. Because when I had my one-on-one session with you before, you know, I had told you about the sacred plants. I had dived into the sacred plant medicines and everything. And it's like, you know, you just kind of go up so far and then you hit a plateau. And so it's like, I'm kind of like in that limbo stage, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Now,
'cause everything is not, you know, it works, but it's something more I've been yearning for and desiring for, right?
the plant medicine comes from the light.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually time to start accessing the light.
Right, right.
That's the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just, yeah, I'm just bored, really.
Did either of us share with you the light medicine of ayahuasca? Because I think I did that with Suman, but I don't know that I did that with you.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
No,
so
I did 4 ceremonies.
okay.
And I tolerated all of them. We did it over a span of 8 days, and I was very present. I didn't have no big woo-ha, you know, experiences. I didn't, you know, travel. I was just I remember being very present. But the last ceremony was the bomb, because I, for one, started cracking up laughing. I was laughing so hard. I was just cracking up, and I felt an explosion in my heart, and I channeled joy. I truly was feeling joy. And so I was like, you know, I was excited. I'm like, man, I did it. This is what I came for, you know. So then, you know, you keep going, and then I got into Rapé, and I did Cambo, Sanaga. And then I had another experience with feeling that love frequency throughout my whole being. Just phenomenal, right? So I've broken away a lot of the layers, because I know we're multidimensional. So yeah, I'm really ready to level up, because I kept trying to see where I was going to fit in. You know, I do Reiki, I've done heart work, you know, other different types of modalities and stuff. And the last one I think I shared with you, Flash, about working with transference healing, and, you know, working on the light bodies and removing distortions and things like that. So that really kind of helped me see, I'm putting it together now. You know?
But did you, as delivering and administering all of these, did you do any of that on yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I when she brought up the albatross in my chart, the dedication, you know, when I get in on something, I'm focused and I do it. And one thing that showed me doing all those plant medicines, it allowed me to get in that beast mode, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's in your face, and you just know to surrender, you know what I'm saying? And be present and sit there. So I'm grateful for my journey. I'm grateful for the experiences and everything, but it's time to level up. So
we're gonna do that at the seal. Thanks so much, Afia. Got 2 more calls here, and then we're gonna get out.
One more thing. I didn't get to ask you on our one-on-one. The solar eclipse. What is your take on this? This one that's getting ready to hit on April 8th, because it's supposed to make an X here.
It's in San Antonio. Is the center of it?
Yeah,
I think it's Southern Illinois. I think it's because it's not where I am.
Yeah, it is. It's by the tower with Kawator.
There's a tower there.
Well, we have a Huna, Huna Kawator. She owns a property in that area, and we always spoke about a while back that she needs to build a tower in the middle of the country. It's pretty much the middle of the country right there.
Right.
And I know that the line was coming through there for the eclipse. I forgot which month it was, but I know it came across, because it came across there the last time it did.
Right. It was 2017.
Down to Texas. Yeah, it goes from Oregon down to Texas, or Seattle, Washington State, down through there down to Texas. Now,
do you know if she will be? You know, is there a way I can get in contact with her?
Yeah, you can get in contact with her. Once you become a Huna, you can make the contact.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want to be a part of it. You know, just
Yes.
You know, so if she's there, like I said, I'm in Indiana, so I'm not very far at all. And if she's doing something, I want to be a part of it during that time.
That would be so grateful to have your support and her and her support you. And yeah, she's got a wonderful property there that she owns outright, and
Okay.
she's building on it. Okay, so
Okay.
more the merrier, more Hunas the merrier. Okay.
Wawa.
Yeah, we'll let you know. Wawa, Afia.
Thank you.
Wawa.
Tamake, thank you.
You're welcome, love.
Okay, we've got Randy here, and I know Randy will be brief.
Aloha, my brother and sister. I'm sorry, I can't.
Sorry to make you wait.
So anyway, listen. I just recently spent Thanksgiving in Tennessee with my nephews, and I was sitting out there, and in his place, I had a fire going. It was kind of late afternoon, and I heard the birds. And there was like a whole flock of birds just making a bunch of noise. And I remember you saying that birds open up portals.
Yes.
But you didn't really explain how. Now, one of the things that I remembered was, remember when the Mozart effect became so popular and everything? Well, during some of my research or whatever, just looking, Mozart wrote a book called a song called The Magic Flute. And in that, they say that, of course, you know, it was written in 428 hertz or whatever you want to say. So basically, it was saying that this song was the language of the birds. So could you elaborate upon that a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Basically frequencies, right?
Yeah, you know, this whole theme was called The Tiny Voice from Heaven, which is about the voice of the hummingbird. Okay. And it's Stargate alignment to the hummingbird is Stargate number 17. Now, I can't give away all the birds' secrets, okay?
No, it's okay. But am I close to what I'm saying? Because
yeah. I mean, I know that there are 7 lava channels that run down the back of South America.
Right.
And it's called the hummingbird flute. Now, each lava channel, it's like where lava came up out of, and they're a distance apart. That's why I know that the continent of South America is the hummingbird continent, because the flute of the hummingbird, feeding back so much. Let me turn down a bit. Is that also there are certain frequencies, absolutely, and they're also subsonic, by the way, not just upper register, also subsonic registers. And also there are portals in South America and Peru where are aligned to certain harmonics and frequencies that will open continuum doors, open the doors. Now the birds, if you watch a hummingbird, it floats around, it goes around certain areas. Now either it's opening one or closing one. You got to really go around and follow it. Now the one you want to look for, it's a specific one that I remember. It has the ruby red chest and the bright green wings, like a cloak. It got a bright green cloak and a ruby red chest. We call this the boss. This particular one is the boss. It has, when you enter the forest, as it used to be, and as it is still for me most of the time, you ask for authority from the creatures to enter the forest, the elements, the fae, all the beings in the forest. You ask for, you got to have authority to enter. I would always do this. I did this in Northern California. I did it up there when I was doing water work to work on the Yuba River and the Sacramento River. I had to get permission from the hummingbird to enter. The morning that I did, when I was asking for permission, it took 2 months before I got permission. And I got permission because when I went to the place to wait, I knew there was a time for me to go. I was being called to go somewhere, and I had to wait at the edge of the forest. Hummingbird came, and I sang to the hummingbird, and I was singing a very powerful Lemurian prayer, if you'd like to say, and it responded by dancing with me. That gave me authority to enter the forest. Now, yes, it is sound, and I watch the hummingbirds. I used to watch them a lot, not so much these days because we're connected, but yeah, they would float around counterclockwise. They flutter around counterclockwise, and I caught this one the one time way up in the forest up in Nevada, and I caught this one with the red chest and the green wings, and it was fluttering around counterclockwise. I didn't exactly see the portal open, but I did see a vibration switch in the plants that it was floating around, where they began to shimmer. When you see shimmering, like vibration, when things are being pulled apart, like fractals, like pixels, it was happening right in a small way in front of me. Now, yeah, it was making sounds it was making sounds, high-pitched sounds. So you would have to pay, go and watch like you are paying attention to this now. Continue with your research on it. Why do you want to open a portal?
No, I was just thinking about, how they actually do that. I'm just curious about how things work. You know what I'm saying? I just, I mean,
their vibration is so high. The vibration is so high, and so it is more. It's not just sound.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready to be opening up portals right now. Maybe if I get sealed, then that might be a different story. But
you'll get some education and stuff when you come to the Stargates with us.
Yeah,
and have an understanding and appreciation for why things should be left alone.
Exactly. I don't want to piss anybody off, right? Anyway, yeah, just one more quick thing. On my way back, I stopped off in Arkansas. Have you ever been to those mountains there? The
Washita?
Yeah.
Not yet, but I sent a whale through there.
Oh yeah, because I mean it's weird because these are the only mountain range in the United States that actually run from east to west, and apparently there's a bunch of huge crystals underneath that mountain range. So yeah. Anyway, I just wondered.
Yes, I know that. I do know that about it, and the Mississippi River flows through that mountain. There's a spring that flows through there.
Oh, I see.
I did some work on the Mississippi from the source to the Gulf, and it was passing through that mountain range. That's why I did work on it, but I never went to it.
Yeah,
that location, or I have been to the Mississippi. But
now those crystals underneath that mountain, are they Atlantean or are they Lemurian? Because I remember a couple weeks ago saying
they're crystals. They are just crystals, and they are programmed and they are reset. And when I did my work sending the whale through there, they're pyramid crystals, and three of them forming a trinity, forming a pyramid trinity. And I had to send a whale through them to activate Lemuria 5.
Sweet. Well, thank you for doing that.
Clear Atlantis.
Well, we appreciate that.
That was 15 years ago.
Wow. Sounds good. All right. Well, I'll let you go so you can have somebody else on.
Thanks, Randy.
And
all
right. God bless you, my brother.
See you.
All right. Take care.
We got Myra here. She was waiting in the wings there.
Hey.
Oops.
Hi,
Myra.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for what you have been doing for so many years. I'm new to this, except for, I've been working on myself for quite a few years now. Wake up, but I've been shut down too. So
right.
That's why it's been taking me some years.
Do you have a question?
My question is, I do have a session with you, and I have
yes,
a session with you on the 27th, and I have a session regarding my birth chart on the 26th.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that.
No, yep. Nobody will be shutting you down now.
Well,
not after that.
Thank you, because I asked. You know, I'm here in Missouri, believe it or not. And
I'll tell you, when you move into this alignment from out of the draconian matrix, we help to shift you into the higher vibration of the cycle of nature and the supernatural and the super intelligence of nature, which is Lemuria. When you move into that alignment, the operating system, or including the calendar system, operates in the opposite direction. And so when you come out of this the Roman numerals and the Roman geography and then the Roman language and all of that, it gets cleared out of your system, and you go into, which is another matrix, but it is of benevolence and higher vibration. Everything's a matrix. It depends on what you want to have and what you want to be a part of. But when you make that jump, they can no longer see you. They can't see you anymore. So what are they going to do when they can't see you? That they can't find you. Why? Because the rotation is out of phase, 180 degrees, flip out of the inversion to the right relationship of the rotation of the universe, and nothing can touch you there. Nothing. In order for them to come to you, they have to be high vibration. So therefore, defeated.
well, I'll tell you, I have to constantly work on clearing myself.
I understand. If you're going to be living in, you haven't been pulled out of that matrix yet.
No, I've been working on it since 2005 when I started waking up, and I asked. Otherwise, I didn't want to be here.
Yeah, I understand. You're going to be, though. Yeah, we're going to help you right out of that. Okay? Hey, I ain't got to lie.
I know.
We do this every day.
I asked.
We do this every day for thousands of people over 30 years that I have been doing that. We do this all the time. And it is a consciousness thing. Physical thing will kick in. Your whole spiritual journey and spiritual power will kick in. You're just going to be reminded now. That's what you're going to be reminded.
And I thank you.
Thank you. Hey, we'll see you soon, eh, Myra?
Yes, thank you. Much love. Wah wah.
Much love. Wah wah. And we have a final guest here. Felicia, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Very much.
Well, I wanted to say hello, and I had reached out and sent you an Instagram message a few weeks ago. And I got my beautiful crystal dust.
Kick ass.
And what made me chime in to talk, because I just been listening to the show today. I'm in California. I'm in the Rockland area. My specialty is I work with spiral light energy. And I work with the codes. I work with helping people to turn off the tapper. So what had me dial in, it freaked me out because I was just looking out the window in my bedroom window and I saw the hummingbirds. And I said, oh, there's the hummingbirds. But I noticed something different about them. There was two of them with this bright red all around them. And I said, wow, that's different. I've never seen the red ones before. And then you had just finished talking about the red ones. I said, push the button. So I was just so shocked. I was like, I've never seen the red ones this whole time. Been here 2 years, never seen the red ones like that. Always been the green, always been the pretty blue ones. But they're right outside my window when they come and they show up, the hummingbirds. But I wanted to ask you, what is the best way for me to store this? Can I put it in glass? Can I put it in a different type of plastic container that's like glass?
You can put it into an open tray, an open container, and just sit in an open container. wood or glass or metal. It's so good. That is a very powerful crystal.
Yes.
A tiny grain of it is very, very powerful.
I used just a little bit all around.
Nice.
And it totally changed the whole frequency of the person.
Yeah.
And I just was like, oh my gosh, this is really wow. So I feel very connected with Lemuria. I don't know what space I'm supposed to be in at this moment in time. I'm just here being present and showing up and being of service and doing my work. And I just want to say thank you for this teaching and this time, because I just wanted to really connect. Once I saw the red hummingbirds, that just blew my mind. And I was like, the heck? And when you said it, I said, okay, this is just a divine alignment. That's all there is to it. Let me just come on here.
This is for real. I know the boss. Now you had two of them. So I know them. And of course, that is also my birth sign, is the hummingbird. So when you do, you are connecting. And if you have been connecting and sending me messages either way, whichever way you send a message, and you begin to start seeing hummingbirds, yes. There's also me, my fractals are cloned, and my fractals clone so much that when I connect in to the hummingbirds, my birth sign refers to the tiny voice from heaven.
Uh-huh.
That's my birth sign. My birth sign is the tiny voice from heaven, and represented through certainly the tiny bird. And I've worked with them for so long. And also the Kotahara. That Kotahara is programmed with the fifth dimensional Christ consciousness.
I can feel it. I felt it when I got the package.
And I was the one that anchored it years ago. I anchored the codes into the particular place where the codes needed to return in a certain area where we gather that. Some people may know that place now, but I was working with the Arcturians in the blockade who are in charge of the barricade, in charge of the blockade. Some would call firmament, whatever. It's a blockade. They invited me to work with them to anchor. They wanted somebody who was very strong and connected to the earth to anchor a pillar from the center of the galactic center during the 5-planet arc. From the center of that, I anchored it from there to the location right inside of the Kotahara. And that was that we were making the switch from 3D Christ consciousness to 5D Christ consciousness, and the grid changed. And we were switching the grid because you do have access through the barricade. You do have access through the blockade, but you have to be of higher vibration consciousness to go through it. Now, I know this because I go through it. And when I work with the Stargates, they go through there. So that's why we're talking about the reset of the vibrations and frequencies at the Stargate points. Also, certain pillars that have been anchored to the planet. 4 pillars have been anchored to the planet. That one you got right there is they all carry the Kotahara, which is the crystal of the dream time.
Yes. I have a last question. What is the importance of the hair? My birthday's next month, and I've been looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know how that matches up with me.
The story of the hair and the understanding of it and the location of its continental physicality represents the ability to shoulder and carry those, and to shoulder the burden or to carry the burden. Now, it's not just a rabbit, it's a hare. And if you study the hare, it's a very powerful being.
Okay.
It's a very strong lower extremity. Its lower hind legs are very powerful. When it gets angry, it can thump. It thumps when it gets really angry. And not just that, but imagine that this is a being, a Star Nation being on the size of a continent. But it is very loving and caring. It carries a lot of weight on its shoulders.
Okay, well that makes sense.
It's representative of the people who are the Vikings of the time, who have very powerful hind and lower extremities. They have very strong people, and they had to carry many across the borders, across the oceans, and they did what they did. But the point is that's that energy, and the He'a is exemplary to this essence, and apparently connected to you in a way because you are carrying. You carry things for people.
Okay, that's clarity for sure. Because I was just like, I don't understand how this relates to me. I don't understand. But thank you so much.
If you take the birth chart reading,
I'm trying to figure out. It took me a week to try to get this part down. So I was trying to figure out, okay, well, do I get a calendar? Does the calendar come digital? Do I get a read? How do I want to get that set up? Do I do a seal? How does that work? Who's doing it? Who's getting in my energy? Is it safe? Is it not safe? What am I getting into? All that stuff is coming up.
Yeah. So it's funny that you
just choose a link.
So I'm gonna show some stuff here once we get finished with our brother. We're finally getting physical prints back of the Lemurian calendar. Now it is separate from what I do.
Okay.
The birth chart side of it, there is a PDF that I make of beautiful, colorful imagery that we work through together, and we look at more than just what your main birth sign is, because there's always different concentrations of energies with the other animals in the system.
Okay, I definitely want to connect with that because my birthday's coming up next month and I want to do that. So,
oh yes, treat yourself.
Yes,
absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Alicia.
Many blessings.
Wawa.
Wawa.
Hello, my brothers. Good to see you.
Hello. Hello. Yes. Yes, Hitu Mata.
I can't wait till we engage you guys for the two-headed snake.
Yes, and I've got a few questions about that because I'm, of course, studying all the Lemurian codes, but I want to know which tools I need to have to be ready for that mission.
Yes,
that's kind of important for me.
So just start
and
using
I don't want to go in there willy-nilly, as you wanted to say.
Yeah. So have you utilized the Waikara tools yet for your house?
Well, I've got the.
Oh, you got the print?
Oh, you got the
print?
Oh,
I've got the print.
Great.
It's here.
Oh,
here,
that
look.
looks so good.
Nice.
Hold on, I'm gonna put him big on the screen. Hold on. I gotta.
Yeah.
Switch. Yay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh,
there we go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'll do it in a different way, then you can see it better.
That's good. That's good.
It's good. Look.
Yeah. Now you take the Waikara tools and you go to somebody's house, your friend or your family or your cousin.
Yeah.
You clear their home. You start working with the Waikara tools and you start clearing somebody's home or their property.
Okay.
You start connecting. That's a practical tool. The vessel of the mother is no joke. So work with it just to support your community by, maybe somebody's got too many ghosts in their homes and things like that, and it needs clearing. Or maybe there's just ancient beings and ancient energies that need to be just squared off and perhaps made humble or made recognized. But the Waikara protocols are for that. That does is it allows you to begin to walk and speak the login, get used to it, and get used to being connecting into the multiple dimensions. And you will, because they're going to, whatever's there or whatever needs to be cleared is going to also remind you that they are there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then you build up your stamina and you build up your strength through the Waikara. The Waikara is the go-to basics so that you can begin to build up your stamina and your capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be surprised just by that alone how that will steady. You will become very steady in your ability in your posture in terms of facing and doing this kind of level of spiritual work and support, and the manaki tanga, as we say, always offering help. Yeah. And then we get into the more finer details of certain ceremonies that you're already going to be, and when you come to the Dragon Masters intensive, to the practical and graduate, you will be. I will put the pressure on you, everybody. I put the pressure on. That practical is very intense.
Let's bring it on. Yeah, let's do it.
It's great though, and you become the leader and you become the follower. And when you can follow, then you can lead. And when you lead, you know how to follow. It's not the guru. This is we like the whale and the dolphin over here. But yes,
and
so that's,
do it in a playful way.
Absolutely. If you can muster up that joy in you as you're going to clear property and clear a home, that's the way to go.
Yeah. Okay. With the Kotahara as a special weapon.
Yeah, as the go-to tool, and water as well. So you can learn how to turn the water, learn how to zero point the water. Okay, that's all in the Waikato tools.
And there are PDFs in the Dragon Masters for that have.
Yes, that's new because it wasn't there before. So
that's because of Tamaki.
Sam card didn't really. It kind of worked, but this is working better.
This new system allows it better.
Yeah.
But also, Tamaki has been doing a lot of high-tech work for the website. So there you go. That's why it's there now.
Tamaki. Wonderful.
Channeling my inner feke feke.
That's great. We're all going to take it back.
Yeah, I am Huna feke feke.
Yeah, great.
Okay, hey, I'm going to get out of here now.
Yeah, you need to eat something, I suppose.
Don't eat. You know that. I think, good to see you, brother. I'm so happy to see you smiling.
Yeah, I'm doing good. With Holland, it's also getting good because we have now a big turmoil in the parliament, because now the Speaker of the House is someone who is not woke, so it's great. It's he's going to. Yeah, it's amazing. He's, when he won the competition, you could see the other backbenchers. They were all having a terrible time. It was lovely to see.
So he's a conservative, huh?
Yes, he's conservative. Yeah, but he's great. He does it with great humor. He's amazing. He's a very, very good character. Martin Bosma is his name.
We'll be watching.
Check him out. He's really good.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
So big changes here as well, and the people have spoken because they have dismissed this whole nasty business. What they're trying to do. So it's all getting done slowly but surely. That's good.
Well, that's good news. Thank you for that. And we'll pay attention to things as we get closer to the mission, the two-headed snake, the 1,000 lights, the 1,000 points of light, and the pyramids, the underworld pyramids of the Azores.
Yes, great. And my sister will also be ready for it because she's training 3 times a week in the gym to get fit. So she's really at it.
She's looking great. She did a wonderful testimonial just recently, a brand new one. And so, most anybody who's ever been through radiation and chemotherapy, their hair falls out. Yeah, but her hair is like totally thick and strong.
It's like,
and she doesn't look like she's doing the radiation therapy.
Yeah, but she speaks all the codes, and it works. I've seen it do it, and it's magic. It's absolutely magic.
It's the real deal. It's the real deal.
I have seen in person the other reaction that humans have to radiation, like physical face to face, being able to see what it does. So it's like whole night and day thing that's going on with what we're doing.
Totally reverse. It's amazing. And this is the medicine in the light. What you were talking about. It's absolutely effective. So when people hear of this, she is the living example of it. That it just does work.
We're so grateful for Hirimata and yourself. Wonderful examples of a brother and a sister who support each other with such powerful light and love. It's just incredible to see. And the effects, positive effects of that. And, okay, we have a little bit of a hand in that, and we're happy to be part of the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's great. It's fantastic. It's, it supports everything. And it's a great feeling of knowing each other from lives, centuries back.
I look forward to visiting Holland again and sharing a meal and sitting with you guys again. We will talk about.
Oh, that's lovely. That would be great.
We'll talk about a lot of things that are coming up, and it's going to be wonderful. An amazing the following 12 months coming is going to be
awesome. Oh yeah, exciting year coming ahead. I think 2024 is just a blast. It's going to be amazing.
We did set it up. Oh yeah. Okay, Huna. I'm out. Okay.
Yo.
Much love,
all
brother.
Wawa. Thank you. Wawa.
Wawa.
See you. Wawa. Tamake.
Bye.
Wawa. Bye.
So I want to share the updates on the website real quick so people know that we have. All right. So the merch button is going to look like this now. We have tapestries with motu shirts, and then we have physical prints of the second edition of the Lemurian calendar.
Oh, great.
It's hosted on Lulu. You can order it directly from there and get it shipped to you. And it's the same thing with this shop. It's all the other print stuff. The towel that Hitumata just showed everybody.
Yes.
It is in here. It's actually that one right there. But here's the really cool thing. If I go over to collections, we do have them broken out by birth sign. And yes, there is a Maita birth sign for those born on the 29, 30, 31. Yep. And we have, this is the cutest little thing. We have baby blankets, yes, but it's also, like, look at that. How cool is that? It is a laughing golden baby Buddha.
Yeah.
In the stone.
Baby Buddha belly laughing. Laughing baby Buddha belly. Love it.
Yeah.
Great job.
So there's that. Oh, and I have for the people who like the funny things. Let me see if I can find it this way. Because we're taking over Zazzle, but it's this is from my shop.
Okay.
We're gangsters, straight out of Lemuria.
There you go. Get it from.
Finally got it online.
That's from the Quantum Navigator's website.
Yeah.
Merch store, straight out of Lemuria. Oh, that's great. Thank you for the excellent work, Huna.
You're welcome.
And sweet dear ones, thank you all for making this a wonderful Unrata, the light of the 0 point today, as we say in the Huna Flash TV channel. Always a good time. We'll let you know we've got some guests coming up again. Huh? Oh, it looks like a baby Huna. What the heck? I guess it does. That's all good. All right. Thank you so much, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. I'm going to offer you this as I bounce out of here. My ninjas. Thank you for all the wonderful blessings. Take care of yourselves and everyone else.
And we're going to leave with a promo.
I'm going to get out of here with a few words.
I'm your light shaman. Are you experiencing unpleasant energies in your home and surroundings and waking up in the middle of the night? My work involves clearing individuals, homes, and communities. Contact me at www.lightshaman.earth and I would be happy to help.
For all of your high vibrational healthcare needs, visit Huna Kaparore at www.lightinaction.earth. Tetrahedrons and obelisks for your on-site ceremonies, handmade and coated with Kotahara crystal dust by Huna Hikahima. Shipping is available worldwide. Go to www.shiningstar.earth.